Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be using a brand new tractor implement that I haven't used in a very, very long time. This is why. I'm doing a food plot today, and today is going to be part of my mega plot that I've completely changed everything I've done out here that I've done really over the past few years. I'm going with 5 acres now on this probably 30-acre parcel. That's a lot of food. That's a lot of ways to attract deer and wildlife and turkeys and all kinds of other stuff. But I have never done a setup like this on a tractor this size. But today we're going to try it. So let's talk about what that is and let's have some fun. Okay, so the tractor is a TYM 4058P. Love this machine. It's a fantastic tractor so far. Really enjoyed it. Got about 25 hours on it, and they haven't really been easy hours, put it that way. So this is the disc harrow. So this is an Ironcraft implement, but it's branded as TYM. TYM has a partnership with Ironcraft, and they're making implements for TYM, similar to like Land Pride and Kubota, or Frontier and John Deere, or really Ironcraft and Coyote. I mean, they all have relationships too, but I am going to say one thing about this disc harrow that I love I've never seen before. So I don't know if this is on purpose. I think it is, but this disc harrow it's like a heavy duty truck 2-inch receiver. Now I don't have a sleeve for this, but this is a 2-inch ball going, you guys know what that is, a hitch receiver, whatever you want to call it. But what's nice about this is that since it has that, I could put a seeder on the back of that. I could put a sprayer. I could put anything on there, or I could put this with this harrow, or the drag, excuse me, that I'm going to turn this over and let it be more aggressive on this side, because right now this is kind of in the transport where it's not really tearing the ground up when you move it, but when you flip it over, these things will dig into the soil. And while this is tearing things up, hopefully this will be at the same time leveling things out a little bit. But when you look at this ground, there's just a bunch of this stuff on top. We really just want to get that out of the way. It's all dead, you know, but we need to get to that soil. And I don't think I need to go crazy on this, but I do think that working this a little bit to scratch the top is going to give me a much better yield. I'm using a very cool fertilizer pH booster combo here at the end of this video, along with the seed, that you guys are going to stick around and see that, because that makes it real easy. I have not limed this at all, and I have zero concerns about this being a successful food plot or the fertilizer taking as well as it should. I've said this in every video. The air conditioner in this tractor is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So I'm glad to be in here. Oh yeah, look at that. We are working dirt, friends. That's going to work out fantastic. What a nice implement. Okay, so the disc is working awesome on the back of the tractor. The disc is far more durable than I thought it would be. And you can see where some of the paint's getting knocked off and sharpening these pans, but it is, this is gonna be a pretty good little companion for somebody that wants to have something like this. So I'm not so sure how much the drag helped. I don't think it hurt at all, but I don't really know that it helped. But we're gonna be moving on to seeding, and I've got this Hooeyman spreader. You guys have seen this before on the channel. This thing has worked fantastic for doing grass seed. Holly used it on the back of her High Sun MP9 400. It's worked great. I also have the hand spreader. This is the manual one. I have the electric one too, but I don't really like the electric one as much. I think you have more control with this one. It's very comfortable if you have like one of the red bags or something like that. Those are fine. This is kind of an upgrade for that though. So we're gonna be doing forage oats from Domain. We're doing a lot of Domain seed, you guys. Domain is a great company. They're actually a partner with us. Man, they have it start to finish. They've got it figured out from the soil amendments to the seed, what works, what seeds work together. Their website's great. Everything's very self-explanatory. The forage oats and this forage factory, these are both Tractor Supply exclusives. So if you want these, you have to go to Tractor Supply. You know, it's just great stuff. We'll talk a little bit about design here at the end of the video. We're trying to get this in before the rain, guys. I thought we were gonna have a little bit more time today, but we're kind of rushing. So it is what it is. All right, so my buddy Scott is gonna be filling this 65-gallon sprayer with elbow grease. So elbow grease is a, fast-acting liquid calcium treatment designed to neutralize soil acidity, balance pH, and improve soil health. It also, I believe, has microbes in it, raises pH up to 1 point, which is great. And You know, you just put it in the sprayer, spray it on, super easy. This is a step that I think you could take if you don't necessarily have the time or the energy to do lime. So we all know lime is heavy. Lime is very, very heavy. And doing lime on a plot this size, it's doable, especially with the tractor and a cone spreader. But this, I mean, 3 jugs, this should do this 3-acre spot. We have another 1-acre spot over here that we're gonna do. I think we're gonna do the tiller with that one. We'll show you guys the difference between the tiller and the Cultipacker. I keep calling the Cultipacker, the disc harrow. And Scott and I are just gonna keep sweating and picking up rocks and getting this done. So the goal is, I'll go first with the Forge Oats and the Forge Factory, because both of those are oat heavy, in like winter wheat heavy blends, which is a much bigger seed. Then I'll come back with a hand spreader, and I'm gonna like pick a few spots that will be more brassicas, radishes, kind of more tactical spots, because during muzzleloader season, you know, my blind is up here, or I have a blind over here. I wanna have deer going, you know, grazing on the oats to the radishes or to the brassicas as their destination, which is actually in range, so they can kind of mosey on toward me. Same thing over here. I have shots coming on both sides, and if you guys watch the video with me with a brush mulcher making that kind of path, that will be a brassica heavy thing too, because deer early season love radishes. So enough talking, let's get to work. We're gonna take Bumblebee. This is the High Sun Cub Cadet, and I really like this thing, man. It is super stable. Scott is in the Massimo 1000. That thing is just a beast, has power steering. This can also have the bed capacity to carry something like that 65-gallon sprayer. This doesn't have the bed capacity for that. You'd have to have a smaller one. And with this much area, it just saves you a ton of time by going back and refilling your water. So, Scott, you ready?
I'm ready, let's do this.
He's ready. He wants me to stop talking. All right, let's get to work. So, it doesn't say anywhere what setting I should use for oats. I wish it did. That'd be kind of helpful. Maybe it does somewhere, I just don't know. Oh, something grew in here.
Like mold or like?
Like dead grass.
Oh.
So we work so hard to do these food plots and all the stuff, and then grass will just grow right there in your spreader. So I guess we shouldn't take ourselves too seriously. Okay, Forge Factory is going to be the first one. I'm going to do a big strip of Forge Factory, then oats, then brassicas, kind of close. But I did mix in some radish. You know, Domain does a good job of kind of talking about some add-ons that you can do. None of their seed is really going to be something where you can't, you know, make an addition or put something, you know, in there that deer like. I know deer like radish, so I'm putting some extra radish in there. All right, we got a bunch of the seed out, and almost tripped. I'm gonna be putting Incognito, which is like an Egyptian wheat. It grows real tall. I should have done this like 3 months ago. Really, you wanna do this in like May, June, like let this thing grow, and it can get up to like 12 feet tall. I'm a procrastinator. Been busy with other things in life, which I'm sure you guys get the same way, but these are larger seeds, so you wanna kinda hand spread these, because you also don't want to have this everywhere. This is gonna be, deer actually eat it. You know, they will eat it, but it's going to be more for cover. So I'm going to do that more to kind of reduce social pressure on the sides of the food plot, also screening out some neighbors and stuff like that. So strapping on this Huey Man. This design lets you carry a lot heavier seed, so I do like it. Let's get to work. I'm walking over this spot. I want to show you guys. I think it looks great, man. There is a lot of these big rocks. Really, you guys tell me if you have a tool or something that works well for picking these rocks up. Maybe a rock bucket. Maybe that would work, or a skeleton bucket or something, just to kind of be able to go through and just pluck those things up. I'm not going to do it now, obviously, because we're planting, but it could be a good project for, like, you know, May, April. That sucker's been out here a while, huh? Not a very big deer, but I'm going to fix that. Oh, there's some bones. If we keep it up, we may find Jimmy Hoffa. Never know. Okay, we're making a lot of progress. We've got this one little area left, and I'm gonna do this test area in the center where I'm not disking it, because I want to see how this would have performed if I didn't disc any of it, because maybe I'm just doing stuff and creating work for myself. But anyway, what I'm going to plant here is, this is a domain bombshell seed, which is Ethiopian cabbage collards hybrid forage brassica forage turnip for quick establishment, rapid regrowth, and incredible attraction all season long. Incredible, guys, all season long. Half acre, and this is kind of a minimal seed prep thing, so this should do very, very well. So as always with any kind of brassica, you do not want to overdo it. I know it's like planting winter wheat or oats. You're just like, man, more is better, more is better, more is better. If they say half, a bag for an acre, or bag for half acre, we want to do more. Do not do that with brassica. Sorry if I sound like Rain Man, guys. It's hot. Very, very light seeding. Okay, for the final step, we are going to now fertilize. So Scott has hit it with the elbow grease, which is the pH enhancer, which will enhance the soil. But what that does is that makes the uptake of any kind of fertilizer better. And that's where we have these little buddies right here. We have Cranked, which is a 3-18-18 liquid fertilizer. And then we have Freight Train, which is very high in nitrogen. That first number is nitrogen. And this is going to be really good for the brassicas. This is going to be good for the oats and for everything else that we planted. So this should be a very easy way to do this. No bags to lift, which is really nice, especially on a hot day like today. And the sprayers actually worked out great. All right, let's get this done, because I got other things to do. I'm supposed to be somewhere else, and I'm probably gonna get in trouble with my wife. But anyway, let's get rolling. Forgot the opening tool. Guys, I think that's gonna do it for today's video. We got the seed in the ground. We got to use a new implement. We got to really kind of show you some new ways of actually fertilizing and getting some pH enhanced, which is great. And I love that somebody has a whole system. It's not super expensive. It's actually reasonable when it comes to cost. And the effort side is so much easier. Like, I know I'm going to need to amend this with lime at some point. Like, I know, like, it's not a permanent solution, but I'm not looking for a permanent solution. I'm looking for today's solution. And that's fantastic. So went through a bunch of stuff today, guys, and generated some garbage, but this little side-by-side, I really do like this. It doesn't have power steering, which if it did, I think that would make this fantastic for this kind of work. But man, it's such a great size. It's not bouncy. It's like, for a 550, it seems like it has a nice amount of power too. But tractor did great. Really, really like this disc harrow. I might have to look into having one of these things, because this is not mine, but I sure wouldn't mind if it was. It's a nice little addition to anybody who's wanting to do food plots. So didn't really get the time to try straightening the gangs and have those pans just kind of like level things out. I think if I did, it probably would have made it a little bit better of a finish. But in the same time, I'm gonna have to do this, and we're gonna do like $20 a bucket load rock pickup with the kids. So I may go broke doing that. There's a lot of rocks, but anyway, appreciate you guys watching this video. Come back, we're gonna do a lot of cool videos coming up. I've got one I'm gonna be doing on mock scrapes. I'm gonna do mock scrapes all over the place, very inexpensively, and I know ways that they actually work as opposed to doing it wondering why deer aren't using them. But this is gonna be a wonderful setup. I'm so grateful that you guys came along with me today, and I think we're gonna get some really nice rain tonight, which, praise the Lord. If we do, this will be the first time I've planted a food plot in 5 years where it rained after planting. So it held off long enough, which I really appreciate the Lord doing that for us, because I had to get all this stuff really kind of in the ground and done. And done is the name of the game around here right now, because we have so many projects going on that my head's kind of spinning. But so grateful you're here. Hope to see you in the next one. Joe the Farmer. We out.